Roll it. Let's talk about getting old, shall we? Yeah. There are things about getting old that you don't really like. And there are things about getting old that you convince yourself that it's okay getting old with. Because getting old isn't nice. If you were a Native American Indian and you were one of the wise elders, then yeah, getting old would be good. As it is, getting old. Well, in this society, put it that way, in this society, the way it is at the moment with its narcissistic behaviour traits, everyone wanting everything for themselves. Would you like to look at the scenery? I think you would. Can't see the sky now that I've compensated for the darkness in the green here. And there's the river over there, River Severn. I can hear the dogs barking, hear the birds singing. No overnight fishing. Please take your litter home. Well, at least it doesn't say no overnight staying, because loads of camper vans stay down there. As long as it's not too mushy ground, then it's okay. I think that's why there's nobody here, because the ground is a bit damp. So I'm looking out at that. It is nice. And thinking about getting old doesn't really cross my mind when I look at that. You just live with it, don't you? It is sad getting old. I don't really fancy going for a swim like a big Jack man. I think that if somebody saw me, they'd have something to say about it. I never anticipated anything like this. I had this vision in my mind that I would be living in a little country cottage with an acre of land, pony in the paddock, growing my own vegetables and just, pottering around with my plants and reading my books in the garden. That's all I ever wanted to do. Yeah, being an old lady in Laura Ashley clothes. And then for the past decade, I've been wanting a piece of land so that I could help veterans heal from their addictions and anger and all these symptoms of PTSD. I never really wanted a castle or a mansion or loads of money and boats and private planes. It's never really been my dream. I just wanted to live at peace and to be able to give what I have inside of me to others and continue to learn new things from the younger generation. Maybe it'll still happen. I have to get through the next 5 years. You think that of 1920s in America, the Dust Bowl they called it, the recession where the banks failed deliberately and the people paid for it, whereas they still lived in their rich mansions and fed and dined on good food. The people who were working for them paid the price of their failure. So the system has to change. People have to begin to realise that this is all false. That is true. Although you look at that bush, the bush of flowers here. It all looks like weeds, doesn't it? It's not. I could feed you. But I do see something rising, something happening. And the trouble is, there are basically 3 ways this could go. The people rise up before all these 15-minute ghettos come into force, because that's what they are, ghettos, they're not cities. Think of what they did in the Second World War, what Hitler put into force. And we could rise up and say to our government, no, you're going, you're out, you're not doing your job, out you go. In fact, right now, I issue a statement. All the MPs that are in position of power right now, perceived power, I dismiss you from your position. You have no longer proved to be worthy of the job and the office that you hold. You have shown yourself to be corrupt, deceitful, and liars. That is not the way to govern a nation. So, as of this moment, you are summarily dismissed from your position. In your place would be people of the communities building up community hubs where they can live without having to deal with cash. They can live without this digital ID that you are planning on putting in place so that you can have prosperity yourselves. And local community councils, county councils, city councils, all of you are dismissed from your jobs right now, as of this moment. In your place will be people of the people. People who are monitored every step of the way. Their backgrounds checked. Nobody is going to be able to influence them, corrupt them in any way. Big business, you will be allowed to carry on with your business as long as you do not show that you have your fingers in the political pies. If you do, you'll have them cut off. Not physically, but metaphorically. You'll have an opportunity to repent if you don't, and you continue. Your finances and assets will be stripped, just as the bailiffs do with the poor people when they are unable to pay their mortgages or their rent. You will face a similar situation. If you continue to do this, if you are tempted to do this, and you are found out, you will be dealt with severely. And the lawmakers of this country, if you continue to hound and harass the ordinary working people who just want to live life, then you will face judgment yourself. In my wisdom, old age, I've seen an awful lot. I've seen people die. I've seen people born. I've seen people grow from child to man. I've seen the way the characters are formed. I've seen the way people work or don't work. I've seen the way people get angry and frustrated because either things are not going their own way or other people are making their lives hell. for no reason other than entertainment. And that has got to stop. I'm not saying that I am the wisest person on the planet. I'm not. But I do see an awful lot. Think Diana Troy. That's what I model myself on. Beautiful woman, actress, inside and out. Good character she played. But it was a little bit wasted, I think. Could have done so much more in Star Trek. Which is what I would like to do right now. I personally cannot instill these ideas. It takes people to do it. It takes men of courage, integrity, strength, honour. And we need those qualities back. And I know that they are still there. Men, if you want women to go back to the way they were without having to feel they have to work and be independent of you, then be the man that they want you to be. Be strong, be protective, be a provider. And then you will be able to come home to a palace, basically. All you have to do to make that happen for her is to appreciate her and protect her, not control. And I know that is very difficult because controlling things is part of a man's nature. But if you understand the nature or the difference between control and cooperation, understanding where your true source lies, your true power, then look towards nature. Look how the Lion King operates. Look how horses behave in herds. Stallions protect the mares and the foals. The mares protect the foals and serve the stallion. I'm not saying go back to 1950s or 1850s even, but what I'm saying is understand the true nature of your emotions. Understand where they come from, how they originate, how your character is formed. And just because one person, one situation has hurt you, wounded your mind or your body, your emotions, it doesn't mean that that is going to happen again. You don't need to put yourself into you don't need to surround yourself with a false protective barrier so that nobody else can come along and hurt you again. Because that's what life is all about. Learning from these challenges that are given to you throughout life doesn't mean that everybody else that you meet is going to be the same. You go through a situation, you understand that that person is not the person you thought they were. And so you put some parameters down, you negotiate. And if they don't want to conform or agree to any kind of reasonable situation, then you agree to move on. Let go. By holding on, that's where the problem is. By feeling deceived, by feeling aggrieved, that's where the pain comes. That's the reason for forgiveness. So let go. Free yourself. Move on. Build a new life. And this is what we have to do for our country as a whole. Humanity has to rebuild a new life for itself. You think about all the countries across the world, You Italians, I was surprised at you. I didn't think you would conform to all the government stipulations on this sort of thing. The Australians proved to have some backbone. And Floridians in America carried on as if nothing had happened. And what was that in Dakota, South Dakota? What's her name? Gnome. Beautiful woman. She led the people into a balanced situation. Well done you. You found out who the good people were. Those are the qualities we need in leaders. So, we have to figure out ways of dealing with this situation now without causing an awful lot of panic. Coaxing people gently out of their sleep instead of raising the alarm that frightens them. Because we know that most people don't know what to do, and that's what puts the fear in them. If you are unemployed, if you are seeking ways to earn a living for your family or for yourself, go to any independent business, not a conglomerate, any small independent business. Put yourself on their doorstep and say, I'll be your gopher for as long as you need me. Learn everything. Doesn't matter how young, old, skilled or unskilled you are. Just do that. There's no shame in starting again. Cast aside your pride. Recognize the ego when it comes up and deny it access to your heart. Go for it. We can rebuild this. We work together. Look, I'm taking my litter with me. My plastic stuff in there. Plastic stuff. So, and then I've got all my crappy rubbish in there, tea bags and stuff like that. Okay, so I have left no mess whatsoever. Okay, and look at this. Lovely. You see it's a church. I think that's the big manor house up there. No bins. We will go now up at our Riverside car park. Users of this car park do so at their own risk. Management will not accept responsibility for damage, accident or loss. The car park is closed and locked at 7 p.m. Car park owned by the Turner Trust. 01299 861 368, and then you pay £2. I wish it said 24 hours because it just says £2 all day. So my ticket ended at 23:59. Still had a minute left, but anyway, I don't even know if I've got a ticket in my car now. But it's easy, isn't it? You just put £2 coins in. There's a time. There's no need for all this complication. You get your ticket from there. And then you change there. See? Change given. Easy. Why can't I make all things like that? Parked here outside the gate because they said it would lock at 7 and I didn't want to be locked in. Tyres are up. I don't know what that is. What's all that? Where's that from? Maybe the trees. Need to clean you. Yeah. let's put you on the dashboard and oops, I need the other one, don't I? There's a busybody down the lane, probably watching me and seeing if I'm going to leave on time. Wow, I paid for all day, so surely that means 24 hours, doesn't it? I should be staying here till 7 o'clock tonight. Stop grumbling, Kay. I've got another £2 here, just in case. And they don't care about you as an individual. Thank you for starting. Okie dokie. Right, let's go. Hopefully we won't meet anybody coming the other way. And he's turning round, stopping. See, if you met anybody coming down this way, you'd be buggered, wouldn't you? There is only a short way though, so you could reverse, I guess, but you'd be doing that all day.